What's going on, guys? My name is Steve. Thank you for stopping by my channel. Today we're going to be reacting to Ricky Gervais making people upset for 10 minutes. This will actually be the second Ricky Gervais video I've checked out. I think I checked out the first one probably about 2 months or so ago, and that was a video where Ricky Gervais was hosting the Golden Globes. And I thought he was hilarious in that video. I'll try to remember to leave the link for that video in the description. So if you're interested in checking out my first reaction to Ricky Gervais, just check in the description and the link should be there. But anyways, guys, I'm guessing this is kind of going to be a little bit similar to what he was doing at the Golden Globes, because that's pretty much what he was doing, was really pissing off and upsetting a lot of those celebrities that were in the audience there at the Golden Globes. And like I said, I thought it was really hilarious. I thought he did a really great job. I actually knew of Ricky Gervais from, what was the show? An Idiot Abroad. I watched some episodes of that show a while back, long before I started this journey that I'm on now. So at the time, I really didn't know anything about who Ricky Gervais was. I still don't really know too much about him, but I do remember him from that show a little bit, but I don't even know when I watched that show. It may have been 10 years ago or something, so I barely remember it. I just remember he was a part of that show. I think he actually created the show, but I'm not really sure. I know the other guy was like Carl Pilkington or something, and if I remember correctly, I think Carl was he was kind of the main character or the main person in that show, if I'm not mistaken. But I could be wrong on that. But anyways, guys, enough rambling from me. Let's go ahead and check out Ricky Gervais making people upset for 10 minutes.
Out there, well done, Winslet. I told you, do a Holocaust movie. The awards come, didn't I? See? Trouble is with Holocaust films, there's never any gag reel on the DVDs. I don't know, there isn't. It's, now, don't do it. It'll be fine. Don't. But you all look lovely.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
You came here in your limos. I came here.
This was from the first video I watched.
And the license plate was made by Felicity Huffman. So, no. Shush.
How are you? Nice to have you here.
Oh, it's great to be here.
Yeah.
Nice new studio.
This is new. This is a new experience, yes.
Yeah, it's great to...
Giant moon, big fake moon behind you.
Actually, the studio was easier to find than the channel on the TV. All female remakes are the big thing. There's a female remake of Ghostbusters. There's going to be a female remake of Ocean's 11. And this is brilliant for the studios because they get guaranteed box office results and they don't have to spend too much money on the cast. So... Shut up, I don't care. You're so macho, aren't you?
I know, it's a
You're so tough. I'm glad you got your shirt on. You always have to show a bit of that, don't you?
No.
It's for the menopausal women.
No.
Goes, oh, look, he's taking his shirt. You walked to the restaurant the other week carrying a stag. Who do you think you are? 4.
Hold on.
You're one of about 5 people that have been invited round my house. I'm a very sort of private person, apart from, like, you know, workman and postman.
Make me feel special.
Yeah.
I've had Alan Carr, a postman round here. Refuse collector.
Yeah, well, at least they're useful.
I can't believe this. You had a birthday, and is it 50 years old? You're not 50 years old. Are you really 50 years old?
50, yeah.
I mean, you look tremendous.
Wow. Yeah, he does look good if he's 50 here. Wow, I would have thought he was, I don't know, I would guess he would be early 40s, maybe? Somewhere around 40, 42, something like that. Wow.
You look like you're 35. If somebody had said to me, how old? I say 35. 35, honestly. You look exactly like you did the first, except you're in better shape. Remember you used to come out, you're sort of pear-shaped when you come out? Now you look great. You didn't
good. Say that at the time, though, did you?
No, I didn't know what to think.
Well, no. You say, well, you look good now because I looked awful before. That's all you're saying. I needed you to say it before. You're pear-shaped. I'd have worked out faster. But
You're
now...
pear-shaped.
But how do you feel at 50? Good, right?
Well, yeah. I'm grumpier. I think I'm grumpier.
Grumpier?
Yeah. I understand you a lot more now. Do you know what I mean? No. I never knew you were this weird.
Really?
Wait.
Because you kept it...
wait, what is her name? Like, I all of a sudden noticed, like, over the last couple of years, she seemed to be in a ton of movies. And I've seen a couple of her movies, but what is her name? Anyway, it doesn't really matter, but I just noticed that.
We worked together for a couple of days. I
know.
You're absolutely mental.
In a nice way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so... Stop all the time and say, chill, bro. Sorry. Yeah, you're not giving them, you know, they come out, they park their cars, they've got babysitters, they haven't paid. Why would you? That'd be mental. But if I was you, I'd be going, thank you so much, these people, and giving them, you know what I mean?
A new series of extras starts this week. Congratulations on getting a second series, essentially, but also...
Congratulations on already f***ing it up. It's next week, you moron. It was shoddy. It was, I mean, you know, you didn't write it, and that's... But do it like it's your own. Do it like you were clever enough to come up with this joke yourself, okay?
Because I would love to try stand-up. I'd love to do stand-up.
I think you'd be good. I think you'd be good.
You say that, but when I try and write a joke, I get the opening bit. I say, that's a funny idea. Madonna's got divorced. And then I think, yeah.
Where's my writers?
You know, I don't know.
And I went out and said, I've got no Will Smith material, and they got a big laugh just because they were thinking it. Like, yeah, it's my show. I wasn't there, right? And I said, people on Twitter, it was trending. People saying, "Oh, what would have happened if Ricky had been hosting it?" And I said nothing, because I wouldn't have made a joke about his wife's hair. I'd have made a joke about her boyfriend.
Yes. I haven't offended anyone. I didn't mean. It's not my fault. There's a lot of powerful people here. So if I said it's honestly. I like a drink as much as the next man. Unless the next man is Mel Gibson.
For everybody, you went to the Achilles heel of everybody. Like when you tell a woman who's, you know, that it's, you know, she looks old, that just hits a woman deep in the...
Who did I say that to?
I think you said something about the Sex and the City women, like about...
I said it was airbrushed, and I said, we know how old you are, girls. I saw one of you in an episode of Bonanza.
Yeah, okay.
No, I was saying, why lie? There's nothing wrong with being 50 or looking 50.
But you're not a woman. I get you.
I don't think you lose your sensuality at 50. No, just looking at all the faces here reminds me of some of the great work that's been done this year by cosmetic surgeons.
That's the truth, man.
It is an honour to be here in a room full of what I consider to be the most important people on the planet. Actors. They're just better than ordinary people, aren't they? We all know that. Imagine a world without actors. Oh, God, it doesn't bear thinking about it. Imagine if they ever went on strike. Oh, what would we do? You couldn't replace them. You couldn't replace them with any other profession, lawyers or doctors. Can you imagine a real surgeon doing what Hugh Laurie does in-house? It would be pathetic. He'd be all over the place. We're going, oh, where do I stand? How's my American accent? What's my lines? You know, Hugh, with the aid of coaches and stuff, can eventually learn his lines while saving lives. He's a genius. How could you replace Kiefer Sutherland in 24? I'd love to see a real anti-terrorist agent try and defuse a bomb in a busy train station in 1 hour. Some of those scenes, by the way, where Kiefer grabs someone and beats them to a pulp, they weren't even in the script. The director just said, keep rolling, we'll work it into the...
But what show was he in, man? Keith Sutherland. I know 24. I'm thinking of a more recent show. What show was that? Was he? Yeah, he was the president of the U.S. in that show. I can't remember what. That was a pretty good show. It was on maybe 5-6 years ago or something. I don't remember.
Actors aren't just loved here in Hollywood, they are loved the world over because they're recognisable. You can be anywhere. You could be in the third world, okay, and you get a glimpse of a Hollywood star and it makes you feel better, okay? You could be a little child, a little Asian child with no possessions and no money, but you see a picture of Angelina Jolie and you think, oh, Mummy. About our next two presenters. The first is an actor, producer, writer and director whose movies have grossed over $3.5 billion at the box office. He's won 2 Academy Awards and 3 Golden Globes for his powerful and varied performances, starring in such films as Philadelphia, Forrest Gump, Castaway, Apollo 13, and Saving Private Ryan. The other is Tim Allen.
Well, you know, like many of you, we recall back when Ricky Gervais was a slightly chubby but very kind comedian.
Yeah. Neither of which is he now.
Mainly Star Trek memorabilia, because I love Star Trek.
Such a nerd. Have you never been in a Star Trek?
No, I've never been in a Star Trek, but I love the original series. So I have, like, I have the Gorn head from the original series from the episode Arena, where
I know. I'm just nodding.
Oh, the Gorn head.
The Gorn head.
Okay. I have
The Gorn head.
Every time you're on the program, I try to do this, and it's always comes out very clumsy. Let me try it one more time.
Yeah, what is a Gorn head? I have no idea what that is. You know, I do like a little bit of Star Trek. Not really. I've never been into it. I don't like Star Wars at all. Star Wars is definitely not my thing. Could never get into that. Just never found it interesting. Star Trek, like if you go back to Star Trek Next Generation, thought that was pretty cool. I like that. I like that. And what was it? This Deep Space Nine. I liked a couple of them, but I was never really hugely into them, so I had no idea what the gourd head or whatever it is.
Time. Possibly the best television show ever. What do you think?
Possibly. What do you mean?
What have you named your private parts?
Pamela. Our next presenter is the Queen of Pop. Not you, Alton. Sit down. She's all woman. I'll give you some clues. She's always Vogue. She's a material girl. And she's just like a virgin. Please welcome Madonna.
If I'm still just like a virgin, Ricky, then why don't you come over here and do something about it?
No, thank you.
I haven't kissed a girl in a few years. On TV.
I'm with Ricky. Oh, dude, man.
And she's just like...
That was awesome, man. I like Ricky Gervais. You know, second time I've really looked into him, and I like his comedy. He's just kind of like... I don't know if he is most of his comedy like, what, I don't know what you call this, making people upset, because both of these videos is pretty much what it's been, is he's kind of just making people upset. I don't know how to describe this. Generally speaking, I've never been huge into stand-up comedy. I do like some stand-up comedy from time to time, but I definitely more enjoy, like, I don't know what you'd call it, just, I don't know, it's like comedy that happens naturally within life. I guess bloopers, fails, things like that. I just, when someone's doing something, they're not trying to be funny and something funny happens, that's the stuff that's the most funny to me. But I do like some good stand-up every once in a while. I think I like this type of comedy. I don't know what you call it. I wouldn't really call this stand-up exactly, even though I think he is a stand-up comedian. This is something different. I guess it may be kind of stand-up, but it's different from the stand-up that I know of. You know, people like George Carlin, for example, or what is that guy's name? He's an American comedian. I think he's a pretty tall guy. Jim his last name starts with a G. He's got very, very blonde hair. That guy's hilarious as well. But yeah, I like Ricky, man. I'm about to check out some more of his stuff. I think I'd really like to check out some of the actual comedy that he's kind of like doing his own stand-up comedy bit, if you will. You know, he's, instead of these, I don't know what he was like, most of these were like interviews and things, which, and I'd like to check out some more of his when he's actually doing stand-up itself. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Please click that like button. Feel free to drop your comments about this video or others. And don't forget to subscribe to continue to follow me on my journey to discover my British and Irish ancestry. Until next time, guys, peace.